606. Universo presenta.
Ahí te va, gente.
Adrenalina, yo soy. Cada que pierdo el control, se ponen de pie para aplaudir. ¡Wow! Un dicho que decía mi padre: fallar te hace aprender a ser hombre. Me quitaste todo y todo lo entregué. Yo sigo vivo, yo cambié las reglas con dolor gané. El reino es mío. ¡Te arrodillaste! El sueño vive y yo sigo a pie. Me seguirás hasta entender. Yo soy el reino. ¡Te arrodillaste!
Yo soy Vicente Delgado, S.S. Vince, pero yo principalmente soy su amigo Chente. Y aquí vamos a estar hablando sobre Noche de los Grandes de AAA que acaba de pasar este sábado with WWE. And honestamente, esto va a ser como la misa de bilingüe. This is going to be a bilingual mass where like portions of the show is going to be in English y las otras van a estar en español. Entonces, si no entiendes algo, mantente callado, silencio, and then the English part comes along. So, we'll see how this goes. Es la primera vez que lo vamos a hacer. Entonces, pues, vamos a empezar, ¿verdad? Entonces, primeramente, aquí a mi mano izquierda, sí, es izquierda, derecha, no estoy seguro, no, la dirección no la tengo bien. Mi carnal de Canadá y mi compañero del trabajo en Wallet Media, Rylan Turner, Rylan Turner. ¿Cómo estás? How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm so happy that I eventually caught on that you were introducing me. This is. I really forgot about this recording. My goodness. But anyway, I'm great. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to talk about this.
Bueno. Good to have you here, homie. Glad to have you. Next up, siguientemente, desde Rivet City Radio y Bosch Spots y Chair Shots, es mi hermano, el Will Gray, pero Guillermo Gris. Le podemos hablar también. ¿Cómo estás, Will?
Muy bueno, papi. Me llamo Will Gray, pero Gris. ¿Por qué? What? Gris? What? What am I? The Grease guy?
Gris means it's Spanish
it's
for
gray. Yeah, gray.
And then Will is translated, or William is translated to Guillermo. So we can call you Memo.
Me gusta Guillermo, way. Yo, Guillermo.
Aquí está Guillermo, way.
Guillermo. I'm glad to be here. Mi español es mal, pero está bien porque muy guapo.
Eso, claro que sí, claro que sí. Y aquí al lado de él está el primo, the devious one, Ivan. Él es el jefe de la mesa del círculo de debate, el OPC. Fingers up for the OPC. Ivan Castillo, ¿cómo estás, man? How are you?
Bien, hermano. Y es Castillón.
Castillón, ay, disculpa.
Ahí está, Castillón. Ya sé que hay muchos Castillos.
La cagué, güey.
Castillón. Está bien, sí, el OPC, el original, papi chulo. Gracias por tenerme aquí en el programa. Te agradezco y es un honor de estar aquí con ustedes. Y, man, estoy excited. Así es.
Yeah. Eso, es todo. It's okay. Sprinkle in the English where the Spanish fails. It's all right. Y mi paisano de Chicago, you see him right here to my right-hand side. Desde el Getcho Podcast y Lechon Diaries, Getcho Just, Justino Santos. ¿Cómo estás, primo?
¿Cómo estás? A.K.A. Big Torta.
Una torta grande. What?
Torta grandes.
Oh, my God.
I just want to give a shout out to my peoples, loca. Loca.
Bueno, venimos aquí a hablar sobre AAA's Noche de los Grandes. We're here to talk about Noche de los Grandes from AAA. And that's what this episode's about. So I can empezar. Let's start things off. Rylan, I'm going to start things off with you, man. You got the show opener to start off the conversation. We had the AAA Cruiserweight title, El Campeonato Crucero, the AAA. Rey Fénix challenging Laredo Kid. It was about an 11, almost 12-minute match. It was a pretty good way to open the show. I liked it. We talked about this on the prediction on 606. Hablamos aquí en 606 Universo's YouTube channel sobre el resumen y las predicciones de esta pelea. What are your thoughts overall of this match? What did you like about it? Any key points? Anything on here, man? You kick us off, man. Kick off the convo.
What did I like about this match? They let Rey Fénix wrestle. They did that. They did that thing. What I liked about this match is Laredo Kid proved me wrong. I wasn't a big fan, but by the end of this match, I was like, no, this guy's dope. This guy's dope. He's not my favorite luchador in the world, but like he won me over by the end. This was a great opening match. I'm super happy for Fénix that he won because I mean, again, they're doing something with him. And it is if they're not going to feature him on Raw or SmackDown like they're featuring Penta, then I'm happy at least that there's a place for him where he can have matches like this because Fénix has been one of the best luchadors in the world for a long fucking time. And this is the best he's looked since he came to the WWE, and it's the best he looked in the later half of his AEW run as well. So I was super happy with this, and I couldn't say more positive things about this match.
No, I agree. It was a really good way to open things off, and they didn't waste in no time. They Rey Fénix went and attacked Laredo Kid 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, was when they had their match. 2 weeks ago at this point. Now at the time of this recording, he turned heel, like faking a head injury against his title match against Rey Fénix on AAA, and then just low blow turned heel. And para me, Laredo Kid, I never liked as a babyface, but him as a heel, he doesn't feel like he's done anything too different except just like done some like heelish tendencies here and there. He hasn't really changed up his style all that much, but I was very much interested, and I liked that there was some story going into this match, and I loved it. Again, it was like almost a 12-minute match, so just enough to cook, but not enough to like overstay its welcome. Will, let's kick it over to you, man. Let's talk about this match. What are your thoughts?
Before we started recording, I mentioned Laredo Kid by name because I was so impressed with how the AAA partnership with WWE. And I would like to say at the very least, I'm slightly above casual wrestling fan. I watch a lot of like international ball. So for me, seeing it, I use this analogy. I said AAA isn't the little brother in the CMLL AAA analogy anymore. They've definitely taken a spotlight, and in irony, almost, it seems like they've stepped up because of the partnership with WWE. Seeing Laredo Kid and Rey Fénix wrestle this match, I'm just gonna echo what you guys have already said. Rey Fénix deserves the world. Former mega champion, he's been a star everywhere. He's been tag team titles everywhere. Like you have, again, we've talked about it before the show, one of the greatest tag teams in wrestling history in your roster. And one of them is on a career-defining intercontinental title run. He's a defending champion. He's going all over the place. He's putting the belt up. And Rey, unfortunately, falls into a category where outside of a few pushes throughout their history, WWE has a hot freaking luchador division right now, man. So it's really makes me really happy to see Rey Fénix be able to go to AAA now because they have this great like partnership and excel. Es muy bueno. I think that at the end of the day, Rey getting the push matters. I think Laredo Kid is struggling because I don't want to call him a one-trick pony, but throughout his entire career, he's always been that baby face. He's always been kind of that guy that go-to, like, I'm going to say some names here, and I'm not saying he's comparable as far as like star power and stuff, but it was almost like Okada and Cena in a lot of ways. If you saw Laredo Kid in Mexico, you assumed he was going to be a babyface.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's still in a lot of ways getting real new to being a heel anyways.
Yeah.
So like it's okay that he's not great at it yet because he hasn't been doing it very long. He's wrestled his whole life. He's only been wrestling as a bad guy for the last 6 to 12 months. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. Same thing with Vikingo, but neither here nor there. Different conversation.
We'll talk about Vikingo next. Speaking of next, Ivan, sigues tú. ¿Qué piensas? What do you think, man?
Bueno, pues la pelea pues sí estuvo espectacular, sí estuvo bueno la pelea y me alegro de que ganó Rey Fénix. Es lo bueno de que sí ganó al final. Podemos decir que al final ganó un campeonato ya al final en la WWE, pero ya es que es de AAA. Eso es entendido. Y como mis hermanos que estaban diciendo ustedes tres, pues ya al final están haciendo algo con él. Y eso es algo de que estamos esperando que hagan más con Rey Fénix. Y al mismo tiempo también me gusta que también que todo lo que puso la Laredo Kid en este combate me gustó tanto porque, como dice Will Gray, how he said, is even though Laredo Kid does not have the, that heel persona, but it's new for him, but I'm happy for him. Like, underrated for sure, 100%. For me, he's underrated. It's not well used properly.
Yeah.
Is, see his heelish, it doesn't have to be necessarily like a heel, like to feel the heel, but you can feel it based on his character, based on his presentation, how he presents himself to it. Even though, yes, we know, throughout his career as a face, his promos hasn't been like the best or the worst. It's just mediocre. But it just the promoters didn't really find faith in him. Here he can really reinvent himself as a heel, and I feel he'll do an incredible job. I feel like he has been doing an incredible job, but now with him being a heel, Laredo Kid, they can do a lot of things with him, and we're gonna see a rematch eventually, of course. But it was a great opening match. I really enjoyed it. Both of them really knocked it off the park, and everybody was just like, "Oh my god!" It got me even hyped. But it was like to a point that I'm like, "Oh shit, he's gonna lose!" I'm like, and I didn't expect Rey Fénix to win, to be honest. I didn't expect him to win. I thought it was going to be a cheat, and then that's it. I'm not surprised he cheated here. But it was a great win, and like I mentioned, Spanish, that Rey Fénix finally won a championship in a WWE banner, even though AAA. It's they need to push this kid, man. They need to push him more. It's just I blame, like I said, it's all behind the scenes. They don't. Yeah. Lackluster of confidence that they have on these talents, and that's one of them right there. That you waited forever to fucking sign them, and you finally got them, and then you ain't doing shit. What the fuck, Skippy? Sorry, I see I had to digress.
No, está bien, está bien.
Diría que pues ya ves, como estaba diciendo, pues la culpa pues se lo tienen pues el Triple H y pues y la gente que está atrás, ¿no? De pues viendo todo lo que están haciendo con los luchadores, pero y especialmente con un talento como Rey Fénix. Y ojalá, pues, y vamos a ver cómo va a ser ya siguiendo adelante ahora que él es el AAA Cruiserweight. Y I'm excited. A ver cómo va a pasar.
Yeah. No, I agree there. Estoy de acuerdo. And lo que me gustó aquí de esta lucha es, como te digo, es Laredo Kid siendo el campeón de peso crucero, being the Cruiserweight champion for... what was it, 539 days going into this, and this is probably the most interested I've been in the character when I've seen him in indie shows or on everywhere else he's been promoted. But I mean, like, I wasn't really like that enthusiastic to see him. He just kind of seemed like generic wrestler, and I'm not talking about Sami Zayn. He just he just didn't seem like anything too special. Pero en esta pelea, en esta lucha, I really did feel like it was more of a coming out party, and I'm interested to see what happens given that he just turned heel and he dropped the title. Will it be like a quick title swap back like they like to do in wrestling, or will this be more of a lengthy reign and then Laredo Kid maybe pivots and does something else? Entonces no estoy seguro qué es lo que sigue para Laredo Kid. Mi amigo, mi homie, Justin, Laredo Kid, how much of Laredo Kid did you know going into this? Obviously, we know Rey Fénix. Sabes de Rey Fénix. Pero what about Laredo Kid?
The same as Will. You know, like I knew him just because, you know, keeping up with like all their wrestling promotions in AAA. I knew him, and you know, without really like gauging into his like persona, I do feel the same way that you do, homie. Like it's kind of like generic. Like he was kind of just there. Now, athletically, muy fantastical. You know, um, you know his
I
ability
love
in
it,
the
homie.
ring is on another level. But obviously, for that time, you already had Ray Phoenix, you had Pentagon Jr., you had all these other people that are kind of like there, and he kind of got lost, right?
Mhm.
Because not only do those guys have like, you know, amazing ability, but they also have personality. And I think that's like one thing that we all can see is that he just didn't have personality. Kind of like, you know, when you get your meal at the taqueria and there's refried beans. It's refried beans, but some taquerias they include
Yeah.
cheese. They include cheese, and now the refried beans got a little something extra in there. You know what I'm saying? Or you gotta mix it in a
We
little
got
bit of
two
hot
culinary
sauce. You know?
chefs here, like, so like they can vouch for this.
You know, like now we got something here. Now we got something, and I feel like that is what he's doing now with this heel turn. It's gonna show a little bit something. It's gonna add a little more sazon to his
Okay.
his flavor. There's only one thing I will say though. If you're gonna be a heel, you gotta hit those low blows harder.
Yeah. Okay.
You
I agree
know,
with
like
that.
you
I
can't
agree.
move in there slow and just kind of like, you know, it's like you know, like when you get the food from the oven and you put the spatula down real slowly, like you can't do it like that. You gotta really get in there. You know what I'm saying? Hit the
Mhm.
papayas. You know what I'm saying? Try to hit the papaya.
Oh
Like
man.
I
So
feel like
Pega esos huevos más duro, cabrón. Pégalo más duro, chingada.
exactly.
uh,
Exactly. But I like what I've seen from him so far. Like most of you guys said, this is the most I've been interested in him. So, and Ray Phoenix, what more can we say? It's Ray Phoenix, you know.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So to go back to your analogy about the refried beans with the cheese on top. So what you're saying is that if you're lactose intolerant, watch out for Laredo Kid on AAA.
No crema, no crema.
No
No,
crema, por favor.
No
No crema.
crema.
okay. Le vamos a seguir. We're gonna keep going to the next match. La siguiente pelea, el hijo de Vikingo enfrentando al hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. for the AAA Latino American Championship, el campeonato de Latinoamérica. Nomás tenía como 6 minutos. It was only like 6 minutes. Entonces, no, no, perdón. Era siete minutos. So about like a little bit over 7 minutes. Entonces, like it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. It had some spots. It had some moments. It had some story advancement as well. Like you had shenanigans in the back, like that came in. The guys that came in from the back. So I'm all about that. Omás showed up. También vino el hermano de Wagner Jr. and tried to even up the odds, but it didn't really work. Entonces, you know, I was kind of surprised. El hijo de Vikingo dethrones el hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. And he just recently won that championship. Like, correct me, it was it Worlds Collide where he won it off of El Mesias, or like I can't remember which event it was, but it was one of the first or second shows with WWE that AAA did where he won that championship. So for him to drop it already is interesting, and they give it to El Ojo, so now they have some sort of championship, and this kind of feels to me personally like they're like, hey, you were the champion. It didn't really work out with you as the mega championship. No, casi no funcionó eso. Entonces te vamos a dar el campeonato de Latinoamérica. We're going to give you the Latino American Championship, and then we're going to do the same plot points and beat points that we wanted to do. But we're just going to use the secondary championship and then slowly get you back up there where we think you can be given your wrestling ability. Entonces, va a ser interesante. I talked about this with Rylan in our predictions on the 606, where we talked about like maybe Wagner Jr. could be in a tag team with his brother going forward, obviously. And maybe that's kind of what they do here. Galeno del Mal and Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., they can maybe be a tag team and challenge for the tag team titles. Maybe that's where you pivot with them. But I like this match. I didn't think it was anything too crazy, but it was good. It was serviceable, just kind of going to like getting a taco, like a taco's a taco, like as long as you have cilantro and cebolla and a little salsa con limón in un jarrito, you have enough. Es suficiente. Like maybe you just need a small bite. Then maybe that's all it was, or maybe it was a taquito from 7-Eleven. Those hit too. I'm just saying they all hit. Todos están buenos. I like this. So, homie Just, we'll start with you, man. Was this more of a taco or was this more of a taquito from 7-Eleven? Like, how'd you feel?
Man, this is, I don't know how to, maybe like a small empanada.
Okay.
And a basic one, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like from the grocery store, from in the back, how like Fiesta Markets or whatever, they have the little like hot area in the back where they have the hot food, and you got like, 5 for $3 or whatever. It was that type. Oh, you know what? I like the match. I like the story. I do feel like obviously this is gonna continue. They're gonna have like it's gonna be a rivalry of some sorts. The only thing is that like I much preferred when it was just in ring. Like having too much of the outside stuff kind of like hindered the focus of the match a little bit. Like okay, like why did Omos need to be there? It seem like Vikingo can't beat him on his own? Like even though Vikingo had multiple big matches, I mean he had a match with Dom where we almost thought that he was going to be the champion again, right? And then like did they really need to have him in there? So like I personally just wish there was just a one-on-one and not so much of the outside stuff. But that's just me, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like when you get your elote and it's too much mayo and it's like not enough corn, the corn's too watery, and it's like, what is this?
Oh my God.
I will still say, even all that stuff that I said, it's still delicioso.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Bien. Let's go to Ivan. Ivan, what about you, man? What you thought about this, man? ¿Qué pensaste tú? Wagner, Vikingo.
Estuvo bien, pero pues obviamente pues los minutos que le dieron no le dieron mucho tanto porque ya sabíamos por qué, obviamente, por el evento. Pero eso, ahí llegamos en eso ya después, ¿no? Pero este ya era pues algo de que iba a ser obvio, de que iba a pasar eso, afortunadamente. A mí, yo lo más estoy claro de que yo estoy agradecido que llegó Gano del Mal, porque yo lo conozco a él.
Really?
Obviamente, you talking to a former Noah world champion. Gano del Mal, baby. PCW former ultra-weight champion, where I used to work for. That's how I know Gano del Mal. So, that man, for his size, he can move. People have not seen what he could do.
Okay.
That man can move, and him and his brother as a tag team, like you said earlier, will be interesting to see if it does happen. But then again, I wouldn't mind it. I think that would be something that I would like to see. But like this match, like I was saying, it was expected. It was going to be Vikingo was going to win it. Like how you said earlier, like him not winning the championship, they'll make a world championship. There's a reason why for it. I think I'd rather not derail us from them over derailing because we already know why.
Right.
And, so there's no reason to explain it. That it is the right decision for them to give it an end. Yeah, it's better more to be a chaser than more than a champion sometimes. It all depends on who is the world champion. I mean, who's the champion itself, basically. Right. Yeah. So so in this case, I mean, it was expected. I was not surprised if Vikingo was gonna win a championship. I knew he was gonna win that Latin championship. And and don't forget, this is gonna be an opportunity for him to come more often, maybe in NXT, maybe worldwide. We want to get that. We may see some of that, hopefully, because they need to start doing that. So this is an opportunity.
Maybe he goes from Latino America to North American.
Is that what I'm saying?
He's just changing regionally what title he wants.
Exactly. And I can tell you one thing right now. I know we talked about the first match, but this could be the beginning of a faction if they could do it. Put Laredo Kid with them.
Yeah,
put Laredo Kid with them.
Yeah,
Why not? No. What I'm saying is put Laredo Kid with Vikingo as a heel.
Listen,
let him start the faction and watch him start their faction. I wouldn't mind that. I actually am intrigued to see that if that does happen.
Ivan, I've told this to Rylan, and I talked about this in the prediction. I have a fantasy booking of what I want them to do with El Ojo del Mal. But we'll talk about that a little bit more. Rylan, I wanted to kick it over to you porque you're going into this with like, I want to say almost a year now of like slowly learning everyone in AAA, aside from like the guys like Ray Phoenix. You didn't really knew much people there, so like you kind of came in there with fresh eyes. So I kind of wanted your perspective. How has Dr. Wagner, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. looked in your eyes, like compared to like your first impression to now, and then Vikingo? Because Vikingo you knew obviously because he wrestled in AEW as well. Right. So, what are your thoughts on this match? What are your thoughts on the wrestlers? Like almost a year later.
Okay, Wagner, like he's somebody who, like you said, I wasn't super familiar with. I knew the name, but he's the one word to, if I could use one word, over. Like the guy is super, super, super over, and sometimes in wrestling, that's all that fucking matters. Yeah. Now it just so happens that he does. For me, he does it in the ring as well. I thought this match was super, super fun. It was quick. I disagree with Juss. I think these extra things, it made it different than everything else on the card. There was, your run-ins and your distractions, whatever. He's got a faction, you know what I mean? Or he's a part of this group here, with Almost. And honestly, like, I don't know. It didn't off-put what they did in the ring. I thought they gelled really well. I think there's more left in the tank. Like, I definitely think you could get a rematch out of this. Mm-hmm. You put the title back on Wagner, though, because I kind of see him in the Mega Championship picture. Like, you guys talking about tag team, that's fine, and it could be a good thing to do in the interim. But like I said, he's super over. Like, he's super over.
I will say this. His theme song is so good. I made it my new ringtone, and that's saying something because I had Eddie Guerrero's theme song as my ringtone for the longest. But that whole mariachi rockero, like a rock mariachi, like, oh my god, just take my fucking money. But what it sounds
90s again, are you? That's where you live in the 90s again. Mm-hmm. That's how I know.
So what I'm picking up what you're putting down, Rylan, is that we haven't gotten the full load of what Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Vikingo can be. We barely got the tip, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I wouldn't say it so sensually, but I would.
It's okay. You can hear. I'll allow it.
All right. Yeah, I don't think anyone's been fisted yet. Like I think we're knuckle deep right now. We're knuckle deep, and there's more left on the table here. You challenged me and I laid it down.
All right. There you go. Lay it down. But yeah, it's especially like you guys were talking about with this match. Like, Will, do you like this? Feels like it's not done yet, right? So like, I think that's why I'm okay with it. How are you feeling about the length of the match, the content within the match that you got? You're a story guy, right? So like maybe this went in for what you like, or maybe I'm completely off base. You tell me, man.
Perdóname porque mi español es muy mal, pero aquí es muy importante recordar cuando tú tienes dos luchadores, es bueno Vikingo y Wagner Jr. Gracias, papi. El tiempo no es un problema. 7 minutos es no problema. When you have two guys that are that good, you could give them 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes in a ring. It doesn't matter. They go in, they get their shit in, they get their stuff done, and they tell a great story. I mentioned Vikingo a second ago, and I'll bring it up now. He was dancing on that line of Super Cena being shoved down our throats every week on television, and the fans turned against him. Unlike Cena in a forced heel turn when he wasn't really behind it, the fans weren't really behind it. Vikingo made the turn precisely when he needed to. He decided, if you're going to hate me, F it. I'll be the bad guy you want to boo. I'll be the bad guy you want to hate. They put him with a heater like Omos. It's important to remember what Omos's job here. Omos's job isn't because Vikingo can't do it by himself. It's Omos is there when Vikingo can't do it by himself. And Dr. Wagner Jr. was made to look so strong in defeat that it took Omos for Vikingo to win this title. Omos being there to help him win the traditional heel way, being there to win a mid-card championship as a heel is exactly where Vikingo at this point in his career needs to be. Because if he ever wants a viable mega championship run in the future with the fans truly behind him and not just Mark Calloway holding the pencil, he's going to have to prove to the fans here in the mid-card that he's the real deal, not just when the machine is pushing him. Gracias.
Good call. Good call.
God.
Love it.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little hard, especially like, and maybe a little wet too. After hearing Will talk,
Are you rock hard, baby? Like Juice Robinson? Is that what it is?
like caliente.
Gracias, papi. Gracias.
But I kind of like that. Okay, this is a perfect segue because we talked about it. Obviously, talk about faction warfare, maybe more additions, maybe adding the Laredo Kid in the first match. Then you go into this third match, which is Pagano and Psycho Clown defending their AAA Campeonatos de Parejas against the Viking Raiders. My little fantasy booking here, just to quote Just and Get Your Podcast, my little Austin theory is, you should put the Viking Raiders with El Ojo del Mal and next to El Hijo de Vikingo, and just call them Vikingo Raiders. Like let them like lean into the thing. Like, I don't know, just say just like I did with you guys. Like, have Vikingo invite them over to the carne asada, and then like they do the recalentada the next day. They become paisanos, they're compadres and stuff like that.
Yeah, why not?
I said it on the prediction show. Treat Vikingo like they treated Spike Dudley in the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown when he had his brothers with him. You put the Viking Raiders, you put Omos, and then now you have someone like Laredo Kid. Like, let him be that piece of shit champion that you know is a good wrestler, but he's gonna cut corners anyway. Right. And again, they're heels. The Viking Raiders, they're heels. Son rudos. Everybody's booing them. Todos lo están abuchando. Pero aún así, like, they had a really good match, and that's the third match in a row at this point, because Rey Fénix attacks Laredo Kid to jumpstart the match. Then in the second match, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. does the same thing to Vikingo, and then now in this match, Pagano and Psycho Clown kind of like jumpstarted as well, and did duo a tope suicida to the Viking Raiders to jumpstart this match. AAA and Mark Calloway said, fuck collar and elbow tie-ups, just jump at each other to start this fucking match. On all of them. And then, not to like jump ahead, but they did that in the main event too. They said, fuck collar and elbow tie-ups, let's just start throwing shit at each other. Namely our bodies. But I can't remember who I haven't kicked it off to. Will, I don't think I've kicked it off to you. We're going to go back to you. Papi, ¿tú qué pensaste de esta pelea de parejas? Psycho Clown, Pagano, obviously, I don't know if you're keeping up with the AAA story, but there's been some tension. Someone's taking out Psycho Circus. Psycho Clown has been kind of like, hey, Pagano, you don't seem to be there when these attacks are happening. They haven't attacked you. You know, like making assumptions, you know, but you know what they say about assuming, Psycho Clown, they make it an ass out of you and me. And you looked in a very compromising situation after the match. Anyways, getting to the match, they had it, they took over, and then they had their moments at the end. Well, talk to us about what you liked, what you didn't like about this match, or if there's anything you liked about or disliked about this match, obviously. And then the story be afterwards as well? Because I know you're a story guy too.
Para los gringos no miran AAA es un el Psycho Circus es el bloodline de Mexico.
Okay. Going cloud face paint, you know.
So yeah, think of it that way. Psycho Circus is a I loosely say it's a joke, but the bloodline of AAA. It's a big group of friends. They were there. They're battling. I think the bigger story in this match, outside of the Viking Raiders winning the tag titles, is the simple fact that Pagano and Psycho Clown are obviously building to Triple Mania. And it's going to be like that big event where you take those guys and they're the two biggest members of Psycho Circus and they're going to fight. And when I say, when he ripped his face off, I popped because I saw it coming and I was like, holy shit. He's gonna do the face rape, like the face rip gimmick thing. And I was like, face rip. Lo siento, face rip. El Multa es bueno. La Multa es bueno. The face rip gimmick. Holy crap.
La hierba está buena. La hierba está buena.
La hierba está bien buena esa madre, güey.
How the fuck is my Spanish better than my English when I'm this high? I will never know that. But like when he did
the third eye is opening up, bro. That's what it is. The third eye.
When he did the face rip, I was like, holy crap, this is it. Because the turn is, and I don't want to call it a turn, but like this rift has been coming. And in this group specifically, that's what's going to be needed. And to keep it relevant, to keep it going, one of these two guys is going to have to get kicked out. And I think that's where the bigger story comes from, is what Psycho Circus do with either Psycho Clown or Pagano in that chair. Yeah. Because without them together, one of the two of them have to be the leader. So and now that they don't have the tag titles, it's the perfect opportunity to make them go head to head, you know, and, you know, they have an opportunity there for a big match filled without a title and the biggest show of the year with one of their biggest factions.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they have history going back and forth, having crazy hardcore style matches, Pagano and Psycho Clown. And honestly, the continuity of Pagano being part of Psycho Circus solamente empezó. It only started when the whole collaboration and partnership with WWE happened. Entonces, AAA, continuity-wise, Pagano was like, hey, we're cool, but, you know, wasn't in Psycho Circus. Then he's all of a sudden Psycho Circus. Now, it could be a hostile takeover because I like where you're going. And if I could book this telenovela, maybe they fake the injuries and fake like they were being attacked and they all turn heel and turn on Psycho Clown because he's the top. Like, I don't care what you fucking do. Like, he's a fucking badass, but you can't turn Psycho Clown heel. He's too fucking over. He's too cool to boo. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't think you can do it. Maybe down the line you can get to a point where like this a really good babyface. Maybe if he turns heel on Grande Americano or maybe Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. There's maybe a path there, or it could be as simple of like Pagano being like, man, I don't want to do the Psycho Circus thing anymore. I want to leave the circus. You know, I want to be a solo act. You know, like I have juggling skills. Let me show them off. You know, but you know, you guys always put me in the background when Psycho Clown's ripping off his face. You know, so I don't know. I like where you're going with it. I like what you think.
I think Pagano's hostile takeover is exactly what I was saying. You just finished it up for me because I think that's the obvious story. Without having Psycho Clown turn heel, have Pagano have him come in and take over the group, and have Psycho Clown be pushed into that singles role, even if he's just a transitional challenger for Dom at some point. If after the inevitable cash in and El Grande Americano cashes in for his mega championship shot from El Rey de Reyes, like there's a lot of chances where you could take him and have him be in the forefront and be in the main event picture without ever having to put the title on him.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. Love it.
All right. Rylan, what about this match, man? What you thought about the match, especially the turn at the end? Because, like, well, I guess it wasn't a turn necessarily, like Will said. They just kind of got into each other's face, and then he just kind of like turned his back to Psycho Clown and just walked away and saw the beat that was happening and said, "No, you've earned that ass whooping." So we don't know what like Ashley's going down there. But what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
The story beats to it are cinema. Like the two of them just they play so well off of each other. I'm excited for the inevitable match. I like this match for the same reason that I like the first match. The Viking Raiders got to wrestle. And as it turns out, they're still pretty fucking good at it. And I think they're a great team to just have down there and just throw tag teams at these guys for them to just eat, because these guys have been shackled for far too long with terrible names and just like, don't get me wrong, they've had some matches on the main roster that have been okay, but like this is the team that during their run in NXT was huge, during their run in Ring of Honor, they worked in Japan. Like these guys were at one time one of the biggest tag teams in the world, and I feel like they've been so neutered since going to the WWE. This having them here is just so awesome, because again, there's a plethora of tag teams that they can work with that they could just have fantastic matches with. This match was necessary for the next step of this story. But hey, in the times that wrestling was happening, the Viking Raiders look great. And I'm very interested in this story of Pagano and Psycho Clown.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't remember where we stood on our predictions, but I think I kind of leaned into like maybe Viking Raiders taking the title here. And do you recall what you might have predicted?
I think I predicted the same, because I figured that this storyline had to, this was the point to set it off. So there's no point in keeping the tag titles on them.
Okay, yeah, I feel that. So basically, the gist of it is that you're saying that you haven't been a fan of the Viking experience on the main roster, and you want to see more of them raiding down the AAA tag team division.
Absolutely, I can't wait for more of it, and I'm here for the putting them in the group with Vikingo and adding Laredo Kid. Like I'm here for all that too. I think that would be.
Is there like another Viking somewhere in wrestling that they could sign, like treated like the bloodline? Just like, oh, it's Samoan, come here.
El mini Vikingo. Ahí está.
Oh,
You forgot about that.
Oh, I forgot. Mini made a run in.
You forgot about mini Vikingo. There you go. Ahí vienen los rayos de vikingos. Ahí vienen todos juntos. There you go. You got your mini one, you got the medium one, you got the large one, and then you got the extra large of Omos right there. There you go. There's your sizes right there for your faction. You know what I'm saying?
He could be the mini me of the faction.
You're right. Exactly.
As I'm saying, yeah, he could be the mini me for that.
The mini max. The mini max.
There you
Remember mini max?
Justin, what about you, homie? What you know about Psycho Circus? Like, how'd you feel about this match? Like, I don't know how much AAA you're able to consume, like, but you watch this. What are your thoughts, man?
I mean, even before WWE acquired AAA, I know that we didn't really talk about it much on Getcho, but like, because there's just nothing funny to talk about. It's like, on AAA, right? So like. But Psycho Clown, I was very familiar with him because he wrestled for other promotions other than just AAA. He was a journeyman too, But this whole storyline, hold on, let me reset myself. Like before I go on, like I agree totally with everything you guys are saying. Like the positives on the match is great. These guys can go and like the story that they're telling. To me, this is one of the reasons why I feel like AAA is excelling in their show, is because they have a built-in storyline in a way where it's foreign to some, but to wrestling fans like us, it's we can relate, right? Because it's a dramatic telenovela, right? And this is what they do. This is the best thing they do. It just happens to incorporate clowns. You know what I'm saying? If they were going to title this a telenovela, it'd be called No Laughing Matter. Behind that smile is a frown turned upside down,
Oh my God. Oh man, just dusting off all the Getcho puns. Like he's getting all the sweaty sessions out.
And I feel like what you guys are saying, because they announced Triple Mania happening in September in Las Vegas, and like it's all a straight build, what I'm saying, to there. I guess you could say the barrio before Triple Mania, like the road to WrestleMania. So I feel like were gonna lead to that, and like you said, they have a history of doing hardcore matches. Psycho Clown has built his whole persona doing like hardcore matches. And for Pagano, if one way you're gonna take out Psycho Clown, I think you just go for the juggler.
Yeah.
The juggler, the one that okay.
The juggler is the less known member of Psycho Circus.
I know, but that's what I'm like. I haven't seen much of them. That's what I'm like. I know you're talking about
the
them.
juggler as in the throat, but the juggler. See, when you have to explain
The
it,
jugular.
Yeah.
Just like it didn't hit. Let's move on. It's okay, homie. But yeah, overall, this was a pretty good match, in my personal opinion, and you seem to like it too, right, Jess?
Oh, come on, of course.
Okay.
Come on.
Were you surprised that they put the titles on the Viking Raiders?
You know, the Viking Raiders have found a home, just like JD McDonough has found a home in Judgment Day.
McDonald's.
Yes, like they're a tag team. At one point, they weren't going to be FTR and they weren't going to be God, right? And they weren't going to be nowhere as marketable as the Young Bucks, right? But Viking Raiders or War Machine, as we know them for real, like they were an elite tag team, right? They were a team that like you had to go through in order for yourself to be kind of seen as a tag team in the indie scene, right? Like I felt like them and Red Dragon were kind of like those teams that you had to prove yourself if you were a legit tag team. And like for them, kind of like what WWE is not doing with GOD is kind of like they're finally getting, like Ryan said, to a time to wrestle and a time to shine, right? And so for me, I'm happy that they have a time. I'm happy that they're wrestling, you know?
That's true.
War, you know, but all that.
Guerra, cabrones. I mean, like guerra, way.
You know?
So
shout out Sarah Logan.
She's pregnant again, by the way. She's having another baby.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, congratulations for her.
Them Vikings, boy.
Yeah,
there's that Viking that you're talking about. There's that little
they're following that tradition. No TV, it ain't shit. All right, well, besides TVMA girl, let's go. Like, make some babies. There you go.
Ivan, mira. Now it's gonna be on you, man. Talk to me about this match. This is actually the third title change. Like all three titles that were on the line changed hands tonight. Were you surprised with that result? And like honestly, like all of them starting off the same way, just like bum rush you. Let's get this thing going. But yeah, talk to me about this match, man.
I mean, everybody made valid points, but I also want to remind everybody, man, more War Raiders, Viking Raiders, former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, former IWGP Tag Team Champions, former WWE Tag Team Champions, and now they are AAA Tag Team Champions.
NXT
and I'm fucking happy. And I'm loving
NXT Tag Team Champions too.
Yeah,
that's right. And NXT, I forgot. I forgot. I love NXT. Keep forgetting that. But thank you for reminding me. But like, there is no tag team. What tag team in WWE? Ain't shit. What GOD? They ain't shit. They're gone. Everybody's fucking gone. There's no tag teams. They should have brought Motor Machine Guns.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Justin.
They should have. Come on, man. He's here. He said, he's in la bodega making some tortas. Get ready for dinner for today. Let's get that torta ready. Yeah.
Oh, no. He had a customer at the register. He had to go help him out.
He gotta go help him out. It's like, man, great match. Loved it. Man, there are so many ways how this could end up a Triple Mania. I get your point, though, where you're saying that Psycho Clown is a more face than a heel.
Mm-hmm.
But not only just keep in mind, it's not only Mark Calloway who is really the head booker. He has created Jeremy Borash is there. Yeah. He's Conan. He's getting better by the day, of his health conditions. That's why he's not like the head concho at the moment for that because of his conditions. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, there's a lot of productions there. They're telling stories. And this one is going to be a great story for Triple Mania because we don't know what this could be. It could be all of what you guys mentioned, the direction they could go with Paganos and Psycho Clown. I don't care which one is it. I want to be surprised better. I want to be a fan and be surprised because that's where I'd rather be that instead of, you know what, it's just too obvious type of shit. Because this is one story you don't know where they're going. And that's what I love about it, because we don't know where they're going, either Psycho Clown being a face, Pagano heel, or the opposite. And you know, the Psycho Clown crew, who attacked who? Was it on purpose, like you said, or all this time was Pagano's plan all the time, and then have them, the crew, jump Pagano, and then, you know, so we don't even know. There's so many ways that this story could go. I'm excited for it to see where this heads to Triple Mania. So that's where I'm excited for, of where this is gonna go. And this one doesn't have to be a title match involved. For this, it's just not at all. Just let it be by itself, and I think it will build this along the way for the following after Triple Mania, the fallout from it. So I'm fucking stoked. I'm excited to see where this story is going to go. But I love everybody's, you know, takes on it, because it's so true. But I'd rather be a fan versus just be like, I got to tune in. I got to put my remote. I mean,
set the DVR.
Yeah,
you know, like your mom, your tia, and your abuelita. You know, like when they're trying to catch that weekly novela, you know, like that daily episode. You know, like don't. Just record it. I'm gonna watch it. They're just a fan.
Hell no.
Speculating and stuff. Hey, here's a third plot. What if this is just a vehicle to showcase Pagano versus Psycho Clown, because they have history, just to kind of be like, hey, we don't want to redo this feud, but we want to give you guys this match. So here's this match at Triple Mania, and then there turns out to be, yes, there is someone actually attacking Psycho Circus. It's being revealed as this third party attacks both the Pagano and Psycho Clown. Now you're like, holy shit, who is this person? Either a returning, a debuting, or like a call up from the main roster, and just being like taking them out. You know, maybe it's another faction, maybe it's Omas. We don't know where this is going to go. Maybe it's just a way to get us to Pagano versus Psycho Clown without having either of them turn heel. It's just kind of like a stopgap. And then they're like, "Fuck, I'm sorry, bro. Te juzgué mal. You know, I misjudged you." And then Pagano too's like, "Yeah, you know what, man? I got hot headed too. I let you get beat up and stuff like that." Who knows? Like, there's different forks in this road, you know, and you can stick all of them in your carnitas, and you'll be.
Hold on, I have a little bit of an awesome theory. So what if who's attacking them is being pushed by a spirit entity of sorts that's pushing them to do this, and then the spirit entity gets revealed to be the ghost of Doink the Clown.
Evil Doink is behind it. Yeah, Evil Doink is possessing something.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying. Also, I left because I want to show my figure here. I left because I want to show my figure here of Psycho Clown right here.
Hell yeah!
You had that, dude.
Hell yeah! That's awesome.
Oh,
that's
so
awesome.
so that's what you were doing. You were looking for your Psycho Clown. I thought you were doing like a quick Tony Khan line.
No.
I thought, like, for a second there, I thought Just was over here just kind of like going crazy.
Santa madre, ahorita vemos qué pedo, qué pedal, qué highs, qué rollo, qué Pedro, pinche Pablo.
Hell no. Yo.
Oh my God, Irina, you had it. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. You fucking nailed it. I could not have played with that shit. Oh my God. By the way, you gotta see this. This is fucking hilarious. They're fucking fantastic. Yeah, that's all I gotta tell you.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Let's continue this line of coke into the main event. I mean, I'm sorry, de harina. It's harina.
Cabrón, no, la otra, la Coca-Cola sí, pero la soda,
I'm talking about a line.
Look how excited Will is. Like,
it's una línea de Coca-Cola. It's a line.
Did you wait
of
till
Mexican...
the main? Did you wait till the main event to let me know it was this kind of a party? I didn't off when I take my. If I knew it was cool, I would have gone off hammer to hit the bong, man. Jesus, party, let me know.
All I'm waiting for is to hear like the fucking Scarface song, "Push it to the limit." And there you go. Yeah, that's how I fucking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. No, yeah, push it to the limit is correct, Ivan. Porque in the main event we had una lucha de apuestas. El Grande Americano, el original, versus el Grande Americano Mexicano. Tenía todo. El mariachi, la entrada, el espectáculo, the entrances it was a spectacle. The mariachi, everything was there. Like they did the whole introductions, las introducciones y todo. Like the crowd was hot for Grande Americano Mexicano, and they were completely booing the shit out of Shorty G Americano. And man, oh man, was it justified? Because now we know it's Chad Gable. I had no idea it was Chad Gable, honestly.
No mames, cabrón.
Este, güey. No.
Sí, güey, no mames.
Pinche mamón. No. But Chad Gable came in here, worked the crowd as an amazing heel, and you had Grande Americano copyright Americano now. You know what? Let's just call him Grande to talk about the one that won, and then just talk about OG when we're talking about Chad, just to make things easier.
Yeah.
All right. So Grande working as the babyface too. Like you saw him hulking up, and I mentioned it with the other 3 matches. They said, "Fuck collar and elbow tie-ups. We're just gonna hit each other and start this shit from the jump." You know, like forget the foreplay. I'm just gonna shove my fist up your ass, or to use Rylan's analogy. They just went straight into fisting.
Listen, I didn't say up any ass.
En el culo no.
Okay, all right. Okay, but they went straight into it. Chair shot from one of the mariachis, Jeff Jarrett style by OG to Grande to kick things off. It was an uphill battle. We saw face masks being torn off. We saw like blade jobs. We saw the little mini table that Vikingo uses it for his carnitas. It was all there, like the mini table, everything. You saw shenanigans again from the Americanos Hermanos, Los Americanos with Bravo and Rayo. Bravo for that dive.
Yeah.
It was sick. It was crazy. The candlestick shots as well. Yes. We had the reemergence of Pimpy coming in to get their revenge on OG for attacking them in the backstage area. This had a lot going on. Obviously, not only just the mask, like it had the story going into it, the video package as well with the comic book stuff. Like everything about this led it to be what it ended up being. Homie Juss, we're going to start off with you.
Okay.
You obviously knew this was happening. Like you picked it up on Raw. It went over to the AAA. You saw some of the stuff. Like you and I would randomly text here and forth. Like, yo, man, AAA be high. Like everything over there is they're cooking and stuff. Like this Americano stuff is good. Going into the match, how much of the feud were you able to consume? And going in during the match itself, like what were your takeaways from it? Like name like one of your favorite spots in the match. How about that?
Okay, my favorite spot is when the steel steps were kind of like moved out the way and kind of ripped the slamming his hand to the thing and ripping the mask off. And then the best part is the camera was in the right angle to see the crowd get emotional for him getting his mask almost ripped off. Right? And you saw that people were even trying to lean over because they were so into it, even though they were taking photos with the camera, but they were so emotionally involved, right? Like as wrestling fans, we always hear the OGs, the elder homies talk about like, oh, back in the territorial days, the fans would try to hop over the rail because they were so into it. That was that scene for us in modern day. That's what that was in modern day, right? Because you could see some of the security people trying to hold back the elders, the abuelas. They were there, like the grandmas and the kids that were there. They were so into it, And the crazy part of it is like that's Lugan Kaiser, like who
is it? I still don't know who it is under the mask, man. We didn't see.
But like to speak on the
pásale la coca a este güey para que se tome su Coca-Cola al cabrón porque no sabe que sabes qué mejor me callo no
I got you but okay, kayfabe wise, but who would have thought that he had this type of dramatics in his wrestling attire, You know what I'm saying? Like him and Chad Gable. So like that part and the whole cinematography of it, like really, really is like one of the best spots in the whole match. Now, obviously the whole storyline was great. You know what I'm saying? Something carried over from WWE that they brought into AAA, and they just gave it that more flavor into it. They made it more of a storyline than it was, because it was just small segments on Raw and stuff. And to have everything evolve, it didn't miss. It was a huge payoff from every end. I mean, if this is not like a match of the year candidate, like I don't know what wrestling show that you're not watching.
There's always discords and bickering and back and forth between the two wrestling promotion fandoms and stuff like that. And then obviously there's people like in between where Will's a little bit more like objective and he's able to like be a little bit neutral and give props properly. But this match to me felt very beautiful in the sense where it felt like kind of like the whole wrestling community just kind of came together. It was like unanimously was like, this is really good. It was one of the best matches of the year, if not the best match so far. Rylan, as an AEW fan and AAA fan now, I would hope, what are your thoughts on this main event? What have you been able to consume leading up into this? And I'll ask you the same question as I asked Just. What was your favorite spot in the match? Will and Ivan, you guys get ready because I'm going to ask you the same thing.
Todo bien, hermano. Aquí estoy, listo.
I recognize that I'm the only one on this panel who isn't speaking Spanish in some way, shape, or form. So, Lucha del Ano. I probably sounded like Peggy Hill, but I know what I am.
Sí, el mercado.
Regardless, no, the story leading into this, I see a ton of it? No, like I didn't catch all of it, but like in kayfabe, or out of kayfabe, Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser are two very, very good wrestlers, and they're two guys who I would argue if you sat them down on any given night and said, "Hey, you're getting 33 minutes." They could make a great match out of nothing. But they had this great build towards this, and they had this crowd invested. This crowd was just insane for this match. Like, I do think it's hilarious that these are the two whitest guys I've ever seen. One from the American side, and then the other one, a German man. But this was amazing. This was I like AEW, so like there's other matches that are contenders for me for match of the year, but like honestly, I don't know. Like there was something about this that was, I guess I'll say it again, cinematic. Like it felt like it was fully understood. It felt like that they knew that this was going to be the big final blow off. There's no reason to ever go back to this again. Like, even if you want to do it with Chad Gable, like, I don't feel like that it needs it.
Do you feel like Chad Gable after this match turned face? Because like the crowd, like, kind of like just got behind him.
I think he was forced to, because the crowd reacted the way they did to him. Because you could tell, like he started off talking kind of like negative about how this was, because he hated these luchadors. Now by the end of it, like this crowd, like they were just like, nope, you're gonna cry and we're gonna love you and you're just gonna have to accept it. I thought it was a really beautiful moment at the end, honestly. Like Chad Gable, I know how the storyline started. And it started very offensive, very teetering the line of like, this isn't what wrestling fans want on their television. They made something beautiful out of it, though. They made something beautiful out of it. And again, like I almost never want to see Ludwig Kaiser ever again. You know what I mean? Like
I haven't seen them in a year.
That's fair. But like,
you definitely don't want to see him in an elevator in Orlando. That's for sure.
Or interrupt him in the elevator.
I love that Ludwig Kaiser became El Grande Americano and then just became the most Telemundo Latin lover you've ever seen. Like
That's
he's
why I
making
love
out in elevators. Like he traded up his girlfriend for a beautiful Mexican lady. Again, like I will say the little details, like Chad Gable's or OG coming out wearing the Tiffany Stratton shirt, like the little details that
The Tiffany Stratton shirt.
did he not do that on an episode of?
No, you're thinking about Andrea,
Yeah,
his current Mexican girlfriend,
Okay.
where it was a picture of Andrea, and it's like it said "Despedida fired" because because one of the conditions to have the match was to fire her.
Yep.
Okay. Regardless, the little details that they got throughout this entire thing that led to this match were, again, like it's probably the match of the year, and we're not even in halfway through the year yet. Like it,
You weren't even in
I
June
don't
when it happened.
right. So like that's saying a lot because I've seen a lot of really great matches this year, but like man, nothing touches this. Nothing touches it. So I'm excited to see the rest of the year because like now the challenge for El Grande Americano is you're now like the most over babyface going in this brand, and you kind of have to like continue with that. So we'll see.
Yeah. What about in terms of your favorite spot in the match? Just mentioned the part where like they're ripping up the mask by the steps and stuff. But what about for you?
Man,
You had all this time. You still weren't.
I did have. I was talking. Damn it.
Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me. Please.
Okay. All right. We're gonna stay on this little line we're at because I think I saw Will do one. Will, we're gonna go to you. Seguimos contigo, papi. What about you? What are your thoughts about this match? What if the feud going into it were you able to consume and know going into it lore wise, excluding the video package they showed you, and then obviously at the end, what was your favorite spot of the match?
I think that this was the best storyline in all of the WWE properties, without question. I think what they were doing, one of the most important key takeaways, and it's down to even the color of the fucking mask, my guy, is the fact that in the States, Americano was a heel. He was doing heel stuff. People like he was doing that role. But in AAA, he would go down there and he was the most over babyface on the planet. And they were handling the transition so well. Going into the match, I think that the build was perfect. The cinema was perfect. All the things you guys were talking about, I could echo forever about all the highs. I think that there was one low point in this match, and that was that it was that they didn't fight forever. Because I am genuinely convinced that when they started the show, we were like, this is only an hour-long show. Then they got to almost an hour and the main event hadn't started yet. And we were like, this could be 90 minutes. And then after the main event, we were like, shit, they pushed almost 2 hours because they let those guys work.
Right.
And I think that not only showed that, in the spotlight, AAA can put on a high level 2 hour long premium live event style show, but it showed you that both Chad Edward Gable, and
I like that they give him his full government name on the screen afterwards.
they showed you that Shorty G as well as Americano are both those guys. Yeah, because you saw the pop when he took the mask off and he was like, I'm Chad Edward Gable and I'm from blah, blah, blah in the United States of America when I started this character. And I'll use that as the segue into my favorite moment. And honestly, outside of Americano winning and getting handed the mask in true luchador fashion, it was the pop that the crowd gave Gable. And it was the look of, you could tell. And I loved them for this. in Mexico, kayfabe is alive, baby, because he took that mask off and everybody in that fucking arena looked like they were clutching their pearls. It's Chad. What?
I had no idea. I clutched my pearls, that's for sure.
And I love that, specifically about Lucha Libre, because it's still real there. And I think that showed the importance, even with somebody like Gable in a role that was made for them to hate. They still loved the fact that he carried it to the finish line for him. He took the mask off. He played the role. They got to give him his roses and introduce Chad Gable to Mexican wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in true Lucha Libre, like when guys give up their mask, they're either retiring or leaving town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, neither of those things were happening here. That's what's kind of dope about it. Like, Chad was just like, yo, I'm Chad now. I'm going to come back and fight for that title eventually.
Yeah.
And because of that, they made him over. Like, that inherently made Chad Gable a super big fucking baby face. He's going to come back to Raw, be super over because of this story. AAA is doing everything right now. They're, as we close out the show in the main event, they showed on Saturday night why they're the best property under WWE's umbrella right now. Thanks for coming to my Will Talk.
Facts.
I love
come on.
I just sit down and listen to the Will Talks like this while sipping on my licuado while I kick my feet back like a schoolgirl.
It's like story time with Will. It's like a story time with Will. We all just
story time with Will.
Yeah, Indian is sitting right there, and Will pulling out the, and then you can hear the papaya, like the nacho. Telling the story, like exactly. I love it. Fucking.
So this is how you know I truly love wrestling, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to tell you. One, I am doing this off the cuff with no notes. This is how passionate I am about it. Number two, I've been smoking weed constantly for the last 2.5 hours while we do this show. And three, I have been AFK mining in RuneScape this entire time.
Oh man! To go back to the wrestling that you were talking about, Will, your favorite spot of the match was the unmasking and then the crowd going crazy for it.
The beginning and the end. That was the perfect sandwich for this match.
For sure. And then in that closing portion of it, I don't know if you guys picked it up on it. Someone pointed it out to me. I think it might have been when I watched on I can't remember what wrestling podcast it might have been, like Wrestle Talk, maybe, like it was like the one that they have over in the UK or whatever. I'm trying to blank on exactly their name.
Cultaholic or something like that.
Cultaholic is
no, not Cultaholic. Is like
culture.
No, it was the other one.
What culture?
The one with Luke Owens and I forget the other guy, like Ollie Davis, I think is his name.
I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I think they might have mentioned it, and that's where I picked up on it. When Chad brought his family into the ring to do the traditional, "Hey, my name is so and so. I was born here, and this is my family." Chad's son was full decked out in Grande Americano with mask and toe.
And he pulled the mask off when his dad did.
No, when his dad was unmasking, he unmasked himself so that when he told Grande Americano, it's like, I'm the OG, but you're now the only Grande Americano. There was not little mini Americano right next to him anymore. He was just Chad Gable's son. And that little detail, whether it was intentional or not, fucking delicious. Throw it on there. I fucking love it.
Come on. Come on.
Delicioso.
Delicioso.
Amigos.
Delicioso.
Oh man. And honestly, to me, to kind of go talking about Will's point about like this is probably the best property under the WWE banner. To me, this last year of AAA wrestling, with it just being like an hour and like maybe the next week is pre-taped and stuff, really does feel like the first iteration of NXT on the network.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's
but you know,
Good
but with
call.
sazon, you know,
Yeah.
like Latino style, like Mexican style,
exactly.
Lucha Libre style of what the original version of NXT Black and Gold was, where you get this 1 hour story of wrestling, and then you just get enough to want to come back for more next week. Ivan, we all thought this match was bien delicioso. Nos encantó todo, man. But what about you, man? What were you able to consume leading up into this? What did you like in this match? Talk to me about this match, and more importantly, your favorite spot in the match.
Well, I tell you what, I did. You know, I did a watch party for this on Circle.
You did. I wanted to tap in, but you know, it was solo time with the missus. So you know, like
no, it's all good. Está bien, hermano. Yeah, normally my weekends is kind of like that sometimes too. I can't really do stuff on weekends, but I tell you, I had a tear by on live stream. Tear by on live stream for the beginning of it with the entrances. What got to me is like this back of his jacket para ir a Mexico, para Mexico. For you know, it got to me. Before I can get to details, the specific spot of the night was when they both were punching the shit out of each other. They were one on each corner, and they were just looking at each other. And then that's when Ludwig was just like Ludwiging up, and then that's when they were going at it again. That where it is. Yep, I'm not gonna say the other man. I'm not gonna say that. You know, God rest his soul, but still, I respect him as a professional wrestler. Yeah, I'm not going that far for that details. You know what I mean? But you know, I like that spot. It was great. This was not only cinematic, this was something that reminded me why I had a tear in my eye when I used to sit down, and God rest his soul, my father, sit down and watch Lucha Libre every Saturday and watch Lucha Libre AAA or watch CMLL. Yes, we get it that there's different story, you know, different promotions, different stories. I'm not gonna get into too details of it, but it gives you that hope for hope, and you feel like a kid again. And that's why I had a tear, because it brought that emotion out of me. And I grew up with Lucha Libre. I have families that wrestles in Lucha Libre. So, you know, and of course I did myself, but I obviously didn't accept that level. But I can tell you that
I need to see those wrestling tapes.
Everybody's been asking for it, but I don't have them. That's the thing.
I still got my VHS player. I'm assuming that's the property was recorded in.
I don't have them. I don't have them, unfortunately. I'm trying to get them so I can actually have them. So but this match, it was just emotional, incredible. Is it match of the year for sure? Could it be? If it was also storyline of the year for sure. It's storyline of the year. We set this on Saturday on their live watch party. This was it sounds bad to say, but then again, it was good. It was meant for. It's a how can I say happy injury that happened to Gable, because it gave an opportunity to Ludwig to do something with this. Remember, this man can speak 5 different languages besides English. You know, he speaks like 5, 6, and he knew his Spanish already. So this man is already, but obviously people that, you know, are analyzing, oh yeah, he learned how to speak Spanish. No, he knew Spanish. He now learned the culture, more of it, and understood the culture more because he started living over there and just staying over there. And it got to him. And that's where, like, first, yes, it was a joke, right? It was a joke. And I think it was supposed to be meant for Chad for this. How unfortunately it didn't work out. He got injured. Ludwig, on the other hand, he took the initiative and ran and took it to another level. That it gave the Mexican audiences like a lot hope. It reminded me when I saw the audiences cheering the way it did, even prior them walking with him, you know, into the arena.
Oh my God!
What a moment, right? And then the day before, having a get together at a bar, restaurant, him on top with his girl, and it brought tears to his eyes. Even the meet and greets. Look at that man's tears that Ludwig got. Those are real tears. Those are not fake.
La serenata que le hicieron.
Yeah, he cried because he found something that he's accepted, and he became a hero for for our culture, la Latina Mexicana, para nuestra cultura. Y lo que me agarró a mí más es el respeto y the one that really hit me the most is his speech when he got it, when he was, given the sword at at the aftermath, that fall after Rey Reyes. The speech, doesn't matter what skin of your color, I don't care what it is, but I'm Mexican here because of you guys, everything. That right there, that promo got him over.
Yeah.
Before this even starts. And that got him over. And it was just, everything was just fantastic. This man, we haven't seen in AAA a Masters of Mask since 1992. That was Rey Mysterio versus El Condor. Rey Mysterio took off Condor's mask. Search it up if you don't believe me. Yes,
wait, what didn't they do a Triple Mania like 26? Like they did like some like 5-way.
The first one.
Oh, okay. My fault. I misheard you. I thought you said like the last. They haven't done one since.
Oh, one-on-one like this, we haven't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. No, but I get what you're saying about. But what year was that? That was 2006 or was it 2000? I don't remember.
That was 2016, 18 maybe.
Who was
I know.
it? We remember who was it?
It was L.A. Park. Santos Escobar was in there as el hijo del fantasma.
Oh, that's right.
That was a six-sided ring, right? That was a six-sided ring.
Yeah, it was it was like a 5-way cage match or something.
Yes,
and then it was Escobar that lost it at the end.
Yeah. Was that stipulation? I don't remember if it was a stipulation.
I wasn't watching like that back then, so I can't really say here.
I think whoever got pinned is who had to take.
Yeah, I think whoever got pinned.
He got pinned. So this was his exit out when he was heading to NXT. That's what it was. So so that's when he turned his mask in. So that's different. But obviously, it's a different stipulation. Here, it's more like this is actual tradition, like how Will was saying. I love everything what Will said. I'm just adding on top of what Will was saying because it's just because I grew up with it and the tradition. The one thing that I'm so proud of is everybody behind the scenes. Like what I mentioned earlier, those names: Mark Calloway, Jeremy Borash. People forget about Jeremy Borash, what he's done for TNA.
I was just
cinematic fucking scenes, what he did for cinematic scenes for TNA, and what he did also booking. This man booked as well there. He's booking for AAA, and look what he's doing: the cinematics, everything, the promos, the camera views, the angles, everything. Mark is bringing back what we grew up like in North America. Besides me growing up with growing up with Lucha Libre, but that emotional angle, that story, a saga, like, oh man, we haven't seen it's been a while. We haven't seen a crying moment like this, for the audiences. It's been a while, and Taker revived that and what he also revived is the art of Lucha Libre, and that's one thing that yes, there were certain changes there, right? However, those changes is to give it more cinematic and give it better
presentation.
Exactly, a better presentation for it. And that's what I loved, every single detail of it. Kudos to Ludwig Kaiser and Chad Gable. Both of those men fucking stole that show. And they deserve a lot for them coming. For Chad, you saw the audiences gave him the respect. They knew it was Gable, but they gave him the respect.
He definitely got it from them. And like speaking of respect, man, like you were saying, props to Mark Calloway, Taker. He can fucking book a fucking AAA or organization. Then you look at guys like Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser, two fantastic wrestlers that were able to put on a banger, given 32, 33 minutes to do so. Jeremy Borash, like Rylan was mentioning, and Ivan, like TNA influence there. I love that. But also, shout out to Pete Dunne because apparently he was a producer for this match. Because if this is what he's cooking, if this is what he's cooking, I'll let him be on the grill when he comes over to the carne asada.
Sure. Hey, well, he's gonna be grilling while Tyler Bibb is gonna be there. Besame muchito.
Tyler
Bibb. Bro, shout out to Tyler Bate, man. Like, he funny as hell as Bravo Americano. Like,
look.
Yes.
I can tell you, people keep forgetting that these gentlemen were fucking great on NXT UK. Believe me, if the pandemic did not happen, NXT UK right now would have been a whole different level. But
I believe
it affected them. But I'm glad they kept them. I'm glad they kept all of them. And another thing I wanted to say, look, the reason why I said this was a happy injury that it happened for Gable. Who knows? We would have probably not seen Ludwig right now here. He would have been released.
Right.
I hate to say that, but he could have been released, unfortunately.
If
he would have been in the
match, if this match wasn't an indication of, or if it was an indication of one thing, is how criminally underutilized those two talents have been forever.
Agreed.
Because look what you got when you finally gave them a chance.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
100%.
And what's
I agree
crazy
with you.
too, you look at you look at what they did at Clash at Italy, and you look at what they did at Noche de los Grandes,
Oh
and nine fucking day. They had 5 matches on the card. Even when they do a 4-match card for WWE PLEs, I feel like you don't really get enough wrestling. And then like also too, another point is like I'm really glad they didn't do this at WrestleMania and they saved it for AAA. So they got the time, because they would have gotten like maybe like a 7-minute match if that.
Well,
At
no,
WrestleMania.
but remember, they
With a bunch of
saved this.
ads on the ring and a bunch of
Yup,
ads
yup,
beforehand.
yup.
Yeah,
And then instead of the Carnitas table, it would have been the Slim Jim tables. You know, like,
yeah, yeah.
like there's
The
all
Slim
of
Jim.
that. Before we wrap up, my favorite spot was when at the end it looks like OG has the upper hand, and then a mass mariachi comes in, and it's Pimpy making their triumphant return from injury in the comeuppance. That was my favorite spot. That's the part I popped the most. Also, shout out to Ojitos de Huevo, the blind comedian that was in front row.
Yes,
Andrea
yeah,
as well. When she came over there, pulled the solo Sikoa, I got a ticket, and she was just
Yeah.
right there. It was so dramatic, because like someone said it was like a movie straight out of Nacho Libre, where he's like right there in the ring, and then he sees the La Dama in front of him, and he gets the motivation and will to keep going. And it was great. Like Will said, probably the worst part was that it didn't go forever, because it could have. Honestly, they could have given them another 20 minutes, and I would have been sitting there.
Oh hell yeah! If they would have done another 20 minutes, 100%, I would. I was all for it, because I was happy they extended it this long. I'm like, but I kind of had a feeling already that we're gonna do that, because when I saw Taker, him putting on Twitter, we couldn't extend the time, because remember, they recorded everything, especially what we're going to see this Saturday.
Shout out to Tim King. When we're recording this, is his birthday. Feliz cumpleaños, hermano.
Shout out.
But we got the NBA Finals coming up, so we'll wrap this up. Thank you guys for coming in here. Gracias a todos que estaban aquí. Están bienvenidos siempre. You're always welcome here. I know the Spanish wasn't really there. Casi no estábamos hablando mucho español, pero es que se me fue el avión y salió puro inglés. Sin barreras. I love that Ivan laughs. Someone has to. But it is
español y barreras. Falta para esos güeyes también.
Question for the class: was this PLE? Would you say afuera, or would you say estaba delicioso?
Delicioso. Come on now.
Delicioso.
Oh,
Delicioso, amigo.
That's looking
Man. So I just love that Rylan just got into it. It's like, I fucking love it. I would love it. I'm slowly going to integrate all this Latino lore to the point where all you guys are fluent in it. And you guys are going to get all the inside jokes. That's what we're going to get to.
good, because we need more of it in Canada.
Hey, without me personally going there, I will bring it somehow. Don't worry. But let's wrap this up. We'll start off with you, Rylan, since you are my coworker over at Wallet Media, like I mentioned. Where can people find you? Plug some stuff. This is dropping June 6th. Is the first episode. The floor is yours.
All right. Well, you can find all of the Wallet Media social media at Wallet Media pretty much everywhere. We are youtube.com/Wallet Media Inc. for all of our shows. We drop a show every single Friday. And as Vince mentioned, every single Saturday is now 606 Saturdays. So look forward to seeing more Vince on our network. The most recent thing we dropped is yesterday, Kyle and I sat down to do the first Friday morning lights in a long time, since the Olympics.
Yes.
To talk about the next big world event, that being the World Cup. We did like an hour and a half preview show of the World Cup, picked all of the groups as well as the 8 third place teams moving forward into the 32, I believe, or 48. I don't know. It's a tournament this year.
Okay.
So if you need to get jacked up and ready for the World Cup, that is I highly recommend checking that out.
I always need to get jacked up, especially if you're doing it, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I plead the fifth. I'm not saying a word.
Plus, homie, speaking of the World Cup and representation, there might be something coming up. Is there anything you want to plug?
Yeah. I mean, just look out there. You might see a notification for a special Get Yo episode that might be coming out next week. Likely might go live, but I'll hit up all the people that I need to hit up. Ivan included. But obviously, if you know. We'll be back, and who knows? Maybe a special draft that we always love to do might be one of the episodes.
Oh man, I wish it was in my. I send Papacito the Hercules clip right there. There you go. It's like, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's getting hot here, man. It's getting hot.
Speaking of which, Ivan, where can people find you? Anything you want to plug? This dropping Saturday, June 6th, obviously. Watch along, right?
Absolutely. And that's right. Papacito said it right there. So, yes, you can find us, of course. You can find me at Circle Debate, at Circle Debate on X, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube at Circle Debate. We will be doing the watch party. Will be combined. Later on today, we'll be doing Collision alongside with Noche de los Grandes Week 2. We'll be doing that. We have so much, obviously, here at the Debate Network. Basically, we're almost live 6-7 days a week. That's what we have here. We have so many programs, but I love it because it brings us all together and bringing incredible content for everyone. And again, I want to appreciate you, Papacito, for bringing me here, and it's honored. I can't wait to come back because I love it, and I love all of you guys here. It's good to see Will again. Good to see you riding fight and meet you in person. And of course, get you, my brother, mi hermano, mi papi chulo, that I cherish so very much. Y mi papacito. Don't think I forgot about you, Mr. Riquísimo, porque sí te miro, cabrón. Ahí está. But definitely, I need to have you guys back here I need to have you back on Circle Debate. I need to bring the flagship show coming back again. I just gotta, little by little. But everything else, we have everything there from Raw to SmackDown to pay-per-views to to books. So that's how we got a lot of things there covered for you all. But I appreciate you. It's an honor to have you. Gracias por todo, por el honor de aquí para estar con ustedes y a todos aquí mis amigos, mis hermanos, mis compadres. Gracias por el apoyo y para que todos en español escuchan, pueden seguir a nosotros a Circo Debate en el canal de YouTube o en la X o en el Facebook o en Instagram, ahí lo puedes encontrar. Pero otra vez, saludos a todos y gracias al honor el host with the most coast to coast, el señor Vicente Chente. Gracias por todo.
Es todo. Well, papi, dime, hermano, where can people find you? Anything you want to plug, go for it. Floor is yours. You are frozen on my end. I don't know if that's just me, though. We might have lost Will before he can plug his stuff. It's okay. You can find him on Twitter and social media at @TheWillGray. You can follow at Botch Spots and Chair Shots at Rivet City Radio. They still post stuff, I believe. Well, hopefully you come back. I don't know if I'm butchering any of this. Lo siento, mi amor. But other than that, I think that's everything I have for you guys. Don't forget to follow us over at 606 Universe on the social medias. And there you go. Yes, fine. Oh, and he's back. Is he? There we go. And him back on the thing. Well, I did a half-hearted effort to plug your socials and any promotional things you want to plug. You're muted, bro.
I appreciate it. I apologize. My service got nervous at the very end of it. And,
okay.
Not very happy about that. I am the Will Graham, the host and lead writer of Rivet City Radio and Botch Spots and Chair Shots. Most importantly, right now, though, why everything over there is on hiatus, I am the co-host of Getting Off on Its Creation World. Everywhere you do anything on the did I say the name? I'm the co-host of Getting Off on Its Creation World.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The recap show that you do with Matt. Shout out Mateo.
Oh yeah, that's the Getting Off Track. That's also another YouTube exclusive that we do over there. It's me and Matt do Mystery Science Theater watch-alongs for shitty horror movies.
Excellent. Dr. Giggles was the most recent one.
Yeah, we just watched Dr. Giggles. It was a fantastic watch. It's one of the few where at the end of it we were both like, this wasn't a terrible movie.
That sounds like how when we were watching WCW Halloween Havoc when Rylan recommended it on the Rewind. I was like, you know what, this wasn't a horrible pay-per-view.
Till that main event. Whew.
Till that main event. Anyways, like I said, at 606 Universe, everywhere at the socials. We're not part of the Wallet family. We have dual citizenship. We're always American because this is North America, South American, but we're Canadian, we're Chicagoans, we're Mexican, tenemos a toda la gente, todos americanos. Go check out Wallet, go check out 606 Universe. Come back for La Recalentada next time there's a chance to talk AAA or WWE. We'll see you guys on the next one. Walter, why don't you say goodbye to everybody?
Que Dios los bendiga a todos, hoy, mañana y siempre. Y que reciban de mí siempre paz, mucha paz, pero sobre todo mucho, 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 mucho amor.
Love it.
Fucking love it. That was fantastic.
We'll catch you guys on the next one. We'll catch you later. Later, y'all.